Hey, Pure Bath Bliss community, Greg here. So glad you could join me. Today, we are going to tackle one of those super common, super frustrating household headaches, but we're going to do it with a solution that's simple, incredibly powerful, and probably already in your kitchen cabinet. Let's get right into it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That slow, sinister gurgle coming from the sink. Or you're in the shower, and suddenly you're standing in a growing puddle. Ugh! It's that instant moment of frustration that can just throw your whole day off.
I'm pretty sure every single one of us has been there and felt that exact feeling. It's a shared problem, for sure. But the great news is we have a shared solution, one that's natural and lines up perfectly with the eco-conscious way we like to do things around here. Now, I know the first instinct for a lot of people is to just grab a bottle of that super harsh chemical drain cleaner. But in our community, we know there's a much better way. A powerful, non-toxic alternative that's way kinder to our pipes, our health, and, of course, our planet.
Okay, let's get into the science of it, because this is the fun part. This isn't just some old wives' tale. It's actual, simple chemistry at its absolute best. And when you understand why it works, you can really use it with confidence. It's actually pretty fascinating.
So first up, meet our hero number one, good old baking soda. Chemically, it's a mild alkali, and its texture gives it this gentle scrubbing power. But the most important thing is that as a bicarbonate, it is perfectly set up and ready for a big reaction with an acid.
And here's its perfect partner in crime, white vinegar. Really, it's just a mild acetic acid, and that acidity is exactly what our baking soda is waiting for. You know, on their own, they're useful, but together, they become this unstoppable drain-clearing team. So, when you pour that vinegar onto the baking soda in your drain, you get this classic acid-base reaction. Now, don't let the formula intimidate you. All those bubbles you see and hear, that's the creation of carbon dioxide gas. And that, my friends, is the secret weapon here. It's the fizz that gets the job done. So here's what's happening down there. That carbon dioxide gas expands like crazy, creating intense pressure and agitation. I want you to picture millions of microscopic jackhammers just hammering away, physically breaking apart all that gunk. At the same time, the reaction helps dissolve grease, and as a huge bonus, it completely zaps those nasty drain odors. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get our hands dirty. Well, not really. Let's move from the science to the actual how-to. I like to call this our restoration ritual. It's a simple process that just restores flow and a little bit of peace back in your home. First, let's gather our arsenal. And just look at this list. It's all stuff you almost certainly have right now. Baking soda, vinegar, hot water, and a plug or a rag. That's it! The beauty of this is how accessible it is. Oh, and I always suggest grabbing some protective eyewear, just in case. Better safe than sorry. Okay, let's walk through it. Step 1, pour a pot of boiling water down there just to loosen things up. Next, dump in your baking soda and let it sit for, say, 10 or 15 minutes. Then you're going to pour in the vinegar and, this part is absolutely crucial, immediately cover that drain. You want to trap all that fizzy, jackhammering gas and force it down to work on the clog. Let it do its magic for at least half an hour, then blast it with another round of boiling water to wash everything away. So, your drain is flowing freely again. Fantastic. But let's talk about how to keep it that way. Because really, the best fix is always prevention. This is where we shift from just reacting to a problem to being proactive, which is what the Pure Bath Bliss philosophy is all about. But wait, what happens if you do one round and it's still a little slow? Don't panic. It happens. The best part about this natural method is that it's totally safe to repeat, and we've got a few tricks to amp up its power for those really, really stubborn clogs. So if it's still slow, just run the whole protocol again. You can also let the fizzing mixture sit for a lot longer, even overnight. That gives it maximum time to work. After you do the final hot water flush, using a simple plunger can often dislodge the now weakened clog. And here's another pro tip. Try adding a tablespoon of coarse salt with the baking soda for a little extra scrubbing power. Okay, team, I need you to listen very carefully to this part. This is incredibly important. Please, whatever you do, never, ever mix this baking soda and vinegar method with a commercial chemical cleaner. The reaction can be violent, it can damage your pipes, and it can release seriously toxic fumes. If you've already used a chemical cleaner, you need to flush your drain with tons of water over time before you even think about trying this. Safety first, always. And that brings us right back to proactive care. A few really simple habits can stop most clogs from ever even starting. And that means your home just runs smoother, without all the drama. Building these smart habits is a total game changer.
Get a hair catcher for your shower drain. Seriously, they are lifesavers. In the kitchen, never pour grease down the sink. Just let it cool down in an old jar and toss it in the trash. And always scrape food scraps into the compost or trash before rinsing plates. Then, once a month, just do a quick, mini flush with a little baking soda and vinegar to keep everything flowing.
You see how this all comes together? This one simple household task, clearing a drain, it's all part of our bigger mission here at Pure Bath Bliss. It's about taking mindful, effective, and sustainable action to create a home environment we can feel great about.
I really want to leave you with this idea. You do not need a cabinet packed with harsh chemicals. The power to solve so many of these everyday problems and to maintain a beautiful, healthy home is simple, it's accessible, and it's already sitting right there in your pantry.
And that about does it for this explainer. But now, I want to turn it over to you, our amazing community. What's another common household problem you're dealing with? Drop it in the comments below, and we can figure it out together in our next explainer. Thanks so much for joining me.